Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for my cash stuffing video for January. I have my cash breakdown here, which has all the categories that are getting cash, the total amount broken down into 20s, 10s and 5s, which I've got my 20s, 10s and 5s here. I have my sinking funds binder, which is from Imperfectly Perfekt. I will leave a link. I think she only opens once a week at the most, sometimes less often than that, and does custom orders, but I love this binder. And I also have my cash envelopes, which are in my mini planner purse from Happy Planner. And I will just open it up. So these are all my envelopes ready for January, so let's get going. I might just take them out of my purse to make it easier. So these are all my regular envelopes and then my sinking funds. So we'll start at the beginning here. We have my fun money, which is £100 and all in 20s. These are new notes, so they're really sticky. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Got my pen as well, which is a Staedtler non-permanent Lumicolor, and it's a wet erase marker. So my fun money. And we're actually setting up this budget early. So I'm going to put today's date, which is the 27th of December. And we're adding in 100. Next is my husband's fun money. Again, that's 100. He doesn't have an envelope for his. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I just give it to him and he puts it in his wallet, I think, or in his pocket. Kids is 100. They're getting 60 and 20s. 40, 60, 30 and 10s, 10, 20, 30, and 2 5s. So that's 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. And the kids envelope, I didn't roll anything forwards in that. Next up is eating out, which is getting 150 this time. We have upped the budget this month. So it's getting 120. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 4 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 2 5s, 45, 50. So I upped our budget this month because we did overspend last month. And our budget is different this month. We have a little extra money, which I will explain that at the end probably. Next up is petrol, and it's 100 and it gets 80 in 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, and then 2 10s. I fill up my car twice a month and it's normally about £50. So I like to have the right money. I didn't carry anything over. I did have £10 left in last month's, but I didn't carry that over. I used that for our unbudgeted last month. We did go over our budget last month. Next is bus, which gets 180 in 20s. 20, 40, 60, 81. 20, 40, 60, 80. And that I keep in my sinking funds envelope binder because we don't take this with us. This is my husband's bus money. He gets the bus to work every day. And we had £50 left, so there's now 230. I'll just check. We did have 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah. Next up is pet food, which is getting 70, so it's getting 2 20s and the rest in 10s. So that's 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. Again, I didn't carry over what we had left. I will do a video on my results for December. But yeah, we overspent in December. which has prompted me to increase our Christmas sinking fund. Next up is beauty, and it gets 20. So one £20 note. And it already had 60, so that takes us up to 80. Next up is kids activities, which is getting 40, and it gets 4 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40. My children have play scheme, which is what this covers. So I've got 20 left. It says 30, but I did actually spend 10 today, so I'm going to take the 10 out first, and that should leave us with 60, which it does. Next up is groceries, which is getting 600, and it gets 560 in 20s and 40 in 10s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600. Ordinarily I would put some in my grocery envelope for in my wallet, but I did actually carry forward 120, so I'm just leaving that as it is. And we're going to put all of this into my food envelope in my budget binder, which I didn't update when I took the 100 out. So we have 600 in here. I aim to spend £150 a week at the most, but I'm actually trying to reduce that in January to 120, so we'll see how that goes. Household gets 80, which is 3 20s and a 10. So 20, 40, 60, sorry, 2 10s, 70, 80. Household, I had 30 to carry forwards, which I decided to carry forwards. So that gives us 110. I actually used our grocery budget to buy nappies last week, so household is mainly for nappies and household things like toilet roll, dishwasher tablets, things like that. Now, we've got a new envelope this month, which is miscellaneous, which I'm putting £100 into. So I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. I don't have a tracker made for this yet, but I will get one and write it down. I'm going to try not to spend this, but it's there sort of like a buffer. Okay, then we're into our sinking funds. Now I've got kids written here, which is 120. The children each have their own envelopes. These are from the Budget Mum, but I've got paper printed to make them their own flap envelopes. And 120, so we're giving them £40 each. So I'll explain that in a minute, but so there's 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. I'm just going to put that into each of their envelopes. I think I might do a separate video explaining our budget this month because it has changed a bit. Home gets 60, and that's all in 20s. Here's our home binder. So 27th of the 12th is getting 60. We should have nothing in here to begin with. That's correct. So 20, 40, 60. Next up is car. Car is getting 60, all in 20s. We already had 160, so that should leave us with 220. So I'll take the 60, 20, 40, 60, and then I will count this. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 210, 220. This is for things like car maintenance, like new tires or oil or anything like that. Next up is pets, and they're getting 80. We already had 120, so we should have 200 when I put this in. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. This is for things like wormer or vet visits or anything like that. Next up's clothing, and that's getting 60. Clothing had nothing in it. We did spend it all this month. What should I say? 60. So there's nothing left in it. So 20, 40, 60. And there is nothing in there. Next up is birthdays, and that's getting 65 in 20s and 1 5. So 20, 40, 60, and a 5. So that's for the 27th of 12th. And it already had 240, so it should have 305 now. $20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 305. And that is for all birthdays, so all family birthdays, and if there's ever a birthday party the kids are invited to, that covers that as well. TV license gets 15, that's the same every month. So we already had 90, so now, well, adding this, we should have 105. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 105. So in the UK you have to pay a TV license. You can pay it monthly, but we pay it yearly, and I just do a sinking fund. Next up is Christmas. Christmas 2019 has nothing in it, so I'm going to take this envelope out. Christmas 2020 already has 425, and I've actually increased how much we're putting in. We're putting in 100 now. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Like I said earlier, we overspent at Christmas, which prompted me to increase our sinking fund. So we should have 525. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 25. My goal was £1,000, which we're going to beat that, and I think I might just keep going and increase that goal a little bit as well. Back to school is the next one, and it's getting 30. Again, that's something that we've increased. I was at 20, but I think honestly we're going to need a little bit more than what I'd planned. So I thought I would increase it now. I do actually have some vouchers here as well, which are from Marks and Spencer's, which is where we get the boys' polo shirts from. So I keep those in here because that's what I want to use them for. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30. So that will save us a little bit of money using the vouchers, but not a huge amount. And then holidays actually getting something this month as well. So holidays is getting 70, so that's what we should have left. So 20, 40, 60, 70, and that is what we have left. So we should have 120 in here altogether. $20, 40, 60, 80, 110, 120. I am trying to put a little bit into our holiday fund at the moment, maybe for summer or maybe for a weekend away at some point this year. So that's all of my sinking funds stuffed and all of my main cash envelope stuffed. And that is everything from here, all stuffed into the envelopes. I think I'll do a little separate video on our budget this month and why things have changed, so look out for that one. I'll leave links down below. The stickers are from my shop. This particular kit will be up in the beginning of January. I'll actually have 3 new kits up at the beginning of January, but I will leave links to my binders and things like that. So if anyone has any questions, please ask them down below, or you can find me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name just here. And as always guys, thanks for watching. Bye.